Hi, I'm Clinton Hahn from Rode Microphones, and today we have the very illustrious and also very dapper-looking Philip Bloom.
Illustrious. That's a hell of a word.
Cinematographer and blogger extraordinaire. So, for the benefit of the viewers that are watching this, all that sound in the background, it's almost like sacrilege when you talk about getting good audio, but we forgive you because you're doing your time lapses in your room. So this is the only time we can catch him. Philip's just come back from Vanuatu where he's shooting a CNN documentary. It's very interesting because he's essentially a one-man band. He's a world traveller and he shoots with very minimal gear. But on this shoot, evidently he's using 3 cameras and a lot of kit. So good to see you again, Philip.
You too. I see. When was the last time I saw you? Was it IBC?
Yeah, I think it was...
The other side of the world.
That's right. Yeah. So tell us a bit about, you being a one-man band shooter, obviously a very extensive traveller. We want to know what's in your kit bag and what you essentially bring with you on these sort of shoots. But like you said, on this shoot, you carry quite a lot of gear.
I mean, it depends on, one-man band when I have to be or when I choose to be. It's not because I have to be. It really depends on what it is and it depends on what the job is. Most of my work in England, in fact all my work in England is never one-man band anymore. I always will have an assistant or sound recordist, it's a second shooter because it's sort of work that I'm doing. But when I do my own stuff, then I will go out, just with a bag. I'm going to Brazil at the end of the week for a film festival. I'm going all the way there for a 2-hour talk. But I've got one day off when I'm there, and I'm going to go and shoot mini docs. So I'm going to go out with the camera, a bag, and do that. And where the CNN thing is very different in that it's one-man band down to budgetary constraints more than anything. And Vanuatu was different as well because it was, space on the plane and things like that. But I was taking enough kit that really would be like a 3-man crew type thing. But you can go out with such minimal stuff now. I mean, there's things you can't compromise on, and that's what's absolutely key. And that is, obviously, the camera's down to you, whatever. I'm not going to go into which is a good camera, which is a bad camera. Any camera is good. It's how you use it. There's times when I wish I had a C300 and was doing it, but actually, most of the time, I feel like I could just get away with the A7S. Because the A7S, I've got a MovCam cage for it, and it's got the XLR attachment on it, and it just works beautifully. So I can actually put in a proper microphone on there. I've got 2 spare cold shoes as well on it, so I can put in 2 lav mics and hold it on. And it's a tiny little package, and the image out of that camera in HD is just beautiful. And it's so small. And I love that about that camera. I love shooting with it because it is so small. Okay,
and so what do you think motivates you in terms of selecting gear? So in this case, for the CNN documentary series, you'll say, well, I'm going to take this, this, and that. Well, what essentially motivates you to prioritise certain things that you should take on a shoot?
Image, weight, depending on the shoot, power consumption is key. I have the FS7, which I bought just before I came out. And it's always a risk taking a new camera on a shoot. I did a little bit of test filming in Denmark just before I came out. I was there for a couple of days and I was happy with the results. I noticed some bugs in the firmware, but I thought I can get away with it. The key thing for me was power consumption. I was going to be in places in Vanuatu without power, and the F55 eats through batteries. So V-locks are heavy, and weight is an issue as well for the plane that we were going out on. So it turned out to be a great choice. And it's a very good camera handheld as well as on a tripod. It ticks all the boxes. The Movi M5 is a brilliant piece of kit. I didn't think it would last. It's been through so much and it's still going strong. It's been in, out at sea with waves, and I was on the beach covered in sand. It's just been, I'm looking after it, I'm cleaning it, but it's still going, and it's wonderful. You can shoot one-man band with it. And in fact, I just picked up the 1635 native Sony lens for the A7S with autofocus. And I'm not an autofocus guy, I'm not an auto anything guy, but I was amazed at the results I was getting in autofocus with it, because it's just working.
Yeah. Okay, Phil, so you've also been a big advocate of getting good sound, right? Yeah. Being one-man band, obviously you don't have the luxury of having a sound guy. Tell us a bit about your audio, I suppose, workflow kit, whatever you have in your shooting arsenal, I guess.
People can't get away with just an internal microphone. And even if they just put a mic on the top of the camera, it's not enough. You've got to have proper mics. You've got to have close mics. You've got to have the right mics for the right situation.
So what have you got in the kit for the CNN series?
So I have an NTG3 is on top of the FS7. For the smaller cameras, I have either the stereo VideoMic X or the VideoMic Pro. So I have both of those. So I generally put the VideoMic Pro on the Movi when I'm doing that for scratch sound, and also just natural any B-roll sound that I'm getting. And then we have also 2 Sony wireless packs, they're new ones, with Rode mics on them, and a Zoom H6, so it goes into that. So that is basically the audio kit. Now I also do have an NTG2 on a pistol grip and a boom pole, and that's just for certain situations. That came in handy because we did some interviews with some locals in Vanuatu who don't wear anything other than a penis sheath, and so there's nowhere to put the mic. And I looked at somewhere to, you know, briefly look down of like, could I put it on there? You won't see it because that's just I'm not going to attach it there. So it had to be boomed, and it was great. You know, thank God I brought it. I brought the boom pole with me on every episode, and we've used the pistol grip a couple of times, but not much. And it came into its own because there's sound man. It's very rare you're going to use it, but this was essential. I needed. I'm not going to be able to close mic, put a lav on him. So I don't want to do the mics. It was the only solution. I'm glad I brought it. Okay. And I use the NTG2 when I'm using external recorders because it doesn't need phantom power, which, you know, AA batteries, so you've got to save on those.
Okay, cool. We also want to talk quickly about your Movember cancer research fundraising program. For us, we've donated quite a few prizes like SVMX as well as VMPs, helping all for a good cause. Yeah. What were the figures like last year in terms of how much money you raised for funding, and then what you're aiming for this year? Yeah,
so I've been doing it 5 years in a row. I've supported it every single year, which has been brilliant. And the other charity stuff that I've done, fundraisers. And I think last year was a little bit down because I wasn't able to put as much time into it because of work. But we still raised, I think, $35,000 last year. The year before we raised $60,000. And this year I've got somebody on board to help me. I think Wednesday next week will be my first day off since October the 1st, literally, first day off. So I have not stopped. I mean, my blog has really had no updates, proper updates for 2 months. It's been very poor, but I've been making sure I'm pushing the Movember through all the time, and it's doing really well. It's the number one. I'm actually the number 1 fundraiser in the whole of the world right now, which is kind of crazy. It's like $34,000, and we're halfway. This is halfway through the month, so I'm confident. Well, we're going to definitely beat last year's, and it's just about pushing it forward and just raising awareness of the whole men's health cause. It's moved. It's more than just prostate cancer, it's testicular cancer, and also mental health this year as well. Yeah. So.
Well, Philip, great talking cameras, audio, as well as fundraising with you. Thank you. You're doing great cause for charity as well as cancer research.
You're welcome.